Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Talisman. I'm your host, Buitumelo Mamadi Mamarope, and today we are here for another show of The Plug. And today we are joined by the bubbling Dagmar Breiling from Funding Connection. She will be telling us all about this funding support they actually give to local entrepreneurs. So, likewise, please guys support our platform. We are fundraising for a streaming platform, and yeah, we want to be able to broadcast this kind of content in our other platforms, that is your LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at the same time, even YouTube. So those people who cannot catch us here, they can catch us on YouTube. So please, we actually would like you to support our initiative, and yeah, let's learn and make money with our businesses. Those ideas, let's bring them to life like we would want to. So without doing a lot of talk, let me get my guest and my co-host tonight, and then we can get rolling with the content. Coming right back. Yay! We are back. Dagmar, your
Hello.
head please.
Sorry, I'm just making sure I can see you also on Facebook if you have some questions that I can
Oh, that's
answer.
Oh,
great.
that's great.
That's great. So everyone, we have here the Lucky Kosimang, my co-host of this beautiful show, and we have our guest here, Ms. Dagmar Breiling from Funding Connection. So actually, I first knew of Funding Connection sometime last year. I think I saw it on the internet, and I was mostly attracted to Funding Connection by their newsletter. I mean, I actually even thought that you guys fund businesses. I'm like, okay, this is what I've been looking for. I must say, they have actually good content there going. So without doing a lot of tuned onto what Dagmar have for us today. Let me hand it over to her, greet you guys, and tell you about herself and the Funding Connection. Dagmar, over to you.
Okay, thanks very much, Portumelo and Lucky for having me here. My name is Dagmar Breiling, correct, even Dagmar Breiling Marais. I married in beginning of August. I haven't changed my name out everywhere, so and I'm the founder and the CEO of Funding Connection. Funding Connection assists companies and entrepreneurs to access funding. And we do that by consultation, by advice, by drafting business plans, and the support to apply for funding. You always need to know exactly where you can apply for funding. You need to fill out the forms correctly. You need an application pack contains also of a business plan, financial forecast, lots of documentation, and the challenge is always all needs to be consistent. And that's something what I and my team what we are doing.
Dagmar, I will let Lucky ask you the next question, but to ask you this one, what made you guys want to do this? What was the call
Why?
that made you want to do this? Yes, why?
Why? Okay. So you can still hear that I'm originally from Germany. I've got a master's degree in economics. I worked at an economic development corporation in Germany and assisted companies there accessing loans and grants through advice, some workshops, sometimes drafting business plans. And when I came here to South Africa and I told people what I was able to do, they said, "You did that in Germany? You can do that here in South Africa too. Here, please have." Okay. And that's the way the idea really started. I was years and years on my own until I figured out there's only so much I can do on my own. And if I really want to have more people, I need to have a team. And we are at the moment 12 people. I'm able to double my sales each and every year. And so we know what we are doing. So that means what I want to show with this is I'm an experienced entrepreneur. This is not my first business. Okay, so this is why I am able to also assist other entrepreneurs how to start their business, how to scale it up, how to market it, how to negotiate. All these are parts also of a business plan. Okay, because you need to show the financier, okay, I plan to do this like that, I plan to do the pricing structures like this, our marketing strategies are like this. And yes, I think that's also one of the reasons why we're really, really successful.
Yeah, that's good.
That's very interesting. Which actually gets to our second question as to, I mean, what is the vision? What is the mission of your company?
Okay, so I don't. For me, it is more about like as an economist. Okay, so it is more really impacting an economy. And we do that by helping one business after the other to start. Each and every successful economy, the backbone of them are the SMMEs. Okay, they usually bring in a big portion of GDP. They create a big portion of all the jobs in a country, and this will definitely change the landscape and economy of South Africa. And that's also one of my biggest motivation, and also one of the reasons why I give out lots of content free of charge, just to make sure people know that where to go, how to do things. And yes, and it's really more, I hear that all the time, it's more the practical approach. Okay, it's not this theory and using crazy words nobody is understanding. It's more, okay, come on, you're my friend, I take you on, let me help you and I guide you and assist you to reach your goal.
Yeah.
Quite interesting. And I mean, like you said, the backbone of the economy is mostly these small enterprises, and it's quite a wonderful idea, and the backing that you have from a point of having a company. And I mean, what are the issues that you encounter in terms of um, funding or doing private funding consultancy?
Okay, so I think the issues what I can see why lots of applications are failing, okay, is definitely because people are not aware of the different programs. Each program has usually 20 pages rules and regulations, and understanding this and knowing exactly what they mean, and figuring out if your venture and your business model fits into one of these funds, doesn't matter if it's a grant or a loan, is challenging. That's why also lots of consultants come to me and ask me, okay, here, this is what I have, where can they apply for? Drafting a professional bankable business plan is another challenging part. And I can relate to it because I remember the first time 25 years ago, okay, I my own business plan, and I sat there for weeks and I thought, why are they asking the same question again and again and again? Because I didn't understand what they really want from me. Okay. And
Yes.
what we do now is we draft 30 to 50 business plans each and every month. We are submitting, I would say, on average 20 applications per month to the different financiers. That means we are always getting the feedback from them. And we
Yes.
know exactly, okay, this rule just changed, or they took this venture before in consideration, but they decided they don't do this anymore. Um, so, and if you are not in constant communication, you read something online, and most of the time, the information, if it's not on the page of IDC, Land Bank, CIFA, and NEF,
Yeah.
maybe the information is not up to date. So you're reading
Yeah.
about the program, what doesn't exist anymore. And you think,
Mm.
yeah, totally excited. And you think, yes, let me apply, prepare everything, submit. And then, yeah, it's declined because they say, sorry, this program is closed or doesn't even exist anymore or whatever. And that's one
Very,
of the
very interesting.
biggest challenge also for entrepreneurs accessing funding. Having not the right information or getting the right information or the interpretation of the information what is available.
Um, with that, I'm now thinking, let's say now I have the right information for the right call. So I think what would come to mind is the paperwork that I should prepare. So usually, let alone the drafting of a business plan, which is actually something that that is quite challenging. Do you think that young people or people that come to you really know the other important paperwork that should accompany the business plan, because you can't just submit a business plan alone?
Okay, so if we, like I said before, I'm absolutely open. I can recommend in one of my webinars. I always share and say, here, this is the website. There's the document. There's the application form. This is the list of documents you need to submit. And what startups lots of time do is they say, oh, I don't have this, so I don't submit. I don't have a tax clearance certificate, I don't submit. My company is not registered yet, I don't submit. Okay. And that is one of the reasons why there's only a small percentage of applications really, really successful. Because let's be honest, you want to apply for a couple of million rand, okay, put some effort into it. Yeah, some effort, some love. You want to convince somebody to give you a couple of million rand, and then your application form is filled out in handwriting like mine. Nobody can read. Everything is crossed out. Business plan is all over the place. Documents are not nicely copied. Nobody can even read it. And you're laughing now. I'm sure some other people are just really that much to mention these things.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Not only once, a couple of times. And that's why I highlight these things. Put effort, put love into it. Convince the financier that your admin is absolutely fantastic, so that they feel comfortable and confident that if they give you 2-3 million rand, that you will be able to handle it, have your admin in place, and able to repay the loan.
Wow, that's a lot. Now I'm thinking, yay, it's not just a paper, or should I say that
Yeah.
proposal that you always feel confident when you're drafting. There's actually a lot that goes into writing that
Sure.
paper. So like I said from the beginning, the one thing that attracted me to your website was the newsletter, and I thought it was funding. And I think maybe that's one of the questions that pop up to say, are you guys giving funding, or what is going on? Because especially with the name of your company, Funding Connection, so one would think that you guys do give out funding. So yeah, just tell us about the newsletter itself, what motivated it, and what kind of content is there, so that people can also benefit from it.
Okay, so maybe just to explain, funding connection for me means I'm connecting you to the different financiers and funders. Okay, we don't give out loans, we don't give out grants, we don't get any commission from anywhere. I want really to be an independent consultant, to be able to advise you what is the best solution for you, and not what's the best solution for me where I get the highest commission. Okay, that's also one of the reasons why you pay for our services. Although our prices are really, really competitive, and our quality of our business plans is international standard. And our newsletter is, like I said, my mission and vision is really to get the information out. And I know that lots of people don't even know there is an IDC, there isn't any F, there is really land bank, and or people know about all the government institutions, things. I have a great idea, let me just apply everywhere, and are really disappointed when all of them coming back and decline because they don't fit anywhere. And the newsletter is information. Whenever there is a new fund, we will inform our 82,000 newsletter subscribers. Whenever there is some information COVID related, in all this chaos in the beginning in April, as soon as I heard there were some COVID disaster relief funds, we informed everybody. We said, go there. This is the website. There's the application form. You can do everything on your own. If you need help, you can use our service. And that is with everything what we do. What is a feasibility study? I think was 1 or 2 weeks ago. When do you need it? What should be part of it? We inform what should be part of a financial forecast. What should be part of a business plan. We invite to my weekly webinar Monday mornings on Facebook and LinkedIn, where I'm then able, I think last time there were over 30 people live. I had 40 or 45 minutes, lots of questions, and I'm answering them. Okay, so usually you need to pay if you want to consult with me. But this is a space where I say, here, ask me questions, I guide you, I let you know. And if you want to do that on your own, great, do that. Just please do yourself the favor, put enough effort in it. Don't think you can draft a business plan in a weekend. That's not going to happen. Yeah, that's all about my newsletter. What we can do is later on, I can just put on Facebook, I go onto Facebook, I put my website on there, and then you can all who's interested, sign up to the newsletter so that you also can access.
Yes, that would be very.
I also was asked lots of time, do you need to pay for it? No, the newsletter is free, and I'm sharing all the information, whatever we are getting.
Yeah, actually, that was gonna be my next request, to say, can you please put down the link for people to actually sign up. Lucky, over to you. Wanna ask a question?
Yeah. Yes. Which you touched a bit of our question, the next question that I was about to ask, that just maybe one liner of what you actually do, the services that you offer. I mean, I've been to your website, which is very beautiful, which is very informative, and I'm seeing a list of services that you offer, which are which will be very useful to people who really want your help. I mean, you have, for instance, feasibility studies. Maybe if you can touch into, coaching and mentoring as well, and the online courses that you offer. Just one liner for each service that you offer as
Okay.
a company.
Okay, more than happy to do that. So my first and foremost interest is really assisting entrepreneurs, startups, or existing companies exiting loans and grants. Okay, and to be able to do that, there are a couple of things you need to have in place. That means, of course, a business plan. If you are selling to end users, you need a feasibility study. We offer the support to apply for funding, filling out the forms, compiling all the documents, submitting on your behalf. Then there is, I'm always asked afterwards and said, now we are sitting here, now what do we do? So we partnered with the Wadhwani Foundation, and Mr. Wadhwani is a really successful entrepreneur who made his money in Silicon Valley. It's an Indian guy, and he said, "I want to give back." Okay, so he developed an absolutely amazing online course, and if you go through this course, and it's work, yeah, so it's 10 easily 10 hours a week, can go over 3 months, and after that you have a great business model and know exactly how you need to set up your business. And they asked us, one of my team members is an accredited facilitator, and each and every week you have a coaching session with him. Okay, you can ask him all the questions. We decided we even have a WhatsApp group for people being part of this coaching, so that if you are stuck in between and say, because we all have experiences, we are listening to any of these lovely video courses, or even you're reading a book, and then you are stuck because I don't really understand. What do I need to do? Or also you run into a totally wrong direction. You need a sounding board. Stephen is one of our really experienced project managers, and he's the facilitator, and he will be able then always to say, okay, I'm not so sure if this idea is really good. My polite way to say things, okay? Or they say, you know what, I think it's a good idea. Try this out, okay? And encourages people to just go further or wherever they are stuck, helping them. That is one of our coaching programs. I'm sure you also saw, I'm getting the question again and again and again, Dagmar, I want to do what you are doing. And I said, that's great. And I know in the beginning my ego was really, really big, and I thought nobody can do what I can do. But you learn over the time, okay, and then you see, okay, so I am able to teach other people this. Let me break this a little bit down. That is the Become a Funding Expert course. I have that here for South Africa, but also for international people, because business plan is business plan. Finance was everywhere the same. Okay, there is not really a big difference. If people are interested, they will find everything on the link. I'm more than happy later on to share on Facebook, and then go through our shop, see what is available there. And I also will share the link for all my for the coaching and the courses we are offering. So whatever has to do with how to apply for funding, and because afterwards people say, okay, so now I'm received the funding, I'm starting here, I'm struggling, I need a little bit of help, marketing. That's why I shared I double my sales each and every year with you. I know how to do that. I can teach other people how to do that. And I know how it feels to be a one-woman show and doing everything on your own. And you don't have the cash flow to pay for everything. So I found lots of apps, software, low budget, no budget marketing strategies, and I'm sharing all these things. You can't start with a newsletter system with 10 or 20 people, okay? Our approach to newsletter with 82,000 people is different. And it makes no sense to teach you this when you are starting out, you know? And this is what I do in all these different portions. So whatever has to do, okay, start a business and then grow it. That's what we are. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Very, very interesting.
You have another
Yes,
question,
you
Lucky?
can go ahead.
Oh, okay. Dagmar, while I was on your website, I saw something called the funding assessment form. And okay, I got the sense of maybe it's when you've seen a funding instrument and you don't know either you qualify or not. That's just what I thought. Maybe do you mind elaborating on that?
Okay, so one of the biggest questions is always, do I even qualify for any financier? Okay, and that is why we ask you what I personally need to know is, are you a startup or is it an expansion? How much funding do you want to apply for? What industry and what product? No, not what industry. What product or service do you offer? Okay, because people put themselves in industries they are not correct. And then for what exactly do you need the funding? And then I can tell already, yes, okay, sounds like a good idea. I can say already, I don't think so that there is anything possible. Or in a few occasions, I just need to ask a couple of more questions. We do these things online. I have also a team of people. They are then replying via email because I just want to do this assessment properly, you know. So, and then we just can see, okay, this is the answers. Okay, yes, I think there is something available. Sometimes people ask for small little amounts, and I personally always think our services only make sense to pay for it if you apply for minimum 300,000 rand. Okay, otherwise it makes no sense. So, and then we say, okay, so it makes no sense to use our services. Go to, I don't know, CEDA, go to NYDA. Okay, so my approach is whoever comes to us and asks us a question, we don't say, no, we can't do it. We always want to get them one step further in their journey.
Yeah.
Okay, so telling them, go there, do this. And even if it's that harsh and I say this idea is nonsense. Some people don't like that, you know. I say this is it's not a business. And they can get really, really upset. But that is my mission for me also to say, okay, forget it. It's not going to work, you know. Because you said it's not going to work, I will prove you that it's going to work. And maybe they have luck in 10 or 15 years. I'm not too sure. I personally always think a business should be lowest hanging fruit, easiest setup, and give me a proper return on investment, and quite quickly, not in 10 or 20 years. You know, most of us are in a situation where we need to earn money as quick as possible and can't wait for years.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing that you're actually quite frank with people when they come with business ideas, like to know that not every business idea would actually work. It's sometimes we need somebody to say that to us and stop dreaming and start working. So
Yes, and come up with some other ideas, you know. So maybe sometimes you just need to amend a little bit to figure out, there's the sweet spot. There are people, they are willing to pay for it, you know?
yeah. So working with a lot of people that come for your services, in overall, do you think that South Africans are actually participating in economic activities?
I think it's not only a South African problem. I think it's a worldwide problem that lots of people think they need to look for a job. Okay, instead of really thinking about what can I do to start my own business. And so my parents were self-employed. My grandfather was self-employed. So I'm coming out of a family of entrepreneurs, and you are leaving a legacy for your children. And if you have a job, you are just getting paid enough each and every month to stay where you are, feed everybody, and that's it. And is it risky? Is it stressful? Yes. Is it risky and stressful to work for somebody else? Yes. I experienced that too. I know that.
Yeah.
So it just means you need to take responsibilities for your own life and are willing to be flexible enough to amend your business idea when the environment changes. You know, so
Yeah.
we were really lucky. We sailed quite safely through COVID-19. We were all able to work from home. We are getting our clients all online. So we were really one of the blessed ones in this chaotic life here. And but the first thing is as soon as I saw there are lockdowns in Europe, I thought, oh shit. Okay, so let me prepare what happened. There will be something similar here in South Africa. Let me prepare, you know? So, and then I started already and say, okay, stupid things, even like piling up my pantry because I usually don't have one, you know. But of course also the business things, you know. So you as an entrepreneur, you make plans. You know, you
You
see there's
do.
something coming up. You don't play. Don't you say that also in English? Play the ostrich. Put your head into the sand.
Yeah.
You know, you say, okay, oh shit, let me see what I can do. And come up. The first 2 weeks, let me tell you, were really, really stressful for me because I tried to figure out what other programs are out there, what support we can offer to our newsletter subscribers. So I got all the information, I distributed everything, and we saw quite quickly we will have no problems. No problems is maybe not the right. We will have no big challenges, but we will get through this quite easy. Yeah, and doesn't matter where you are, which industry you are. As an entrepreneur, you just face face the challenges, and I think with the life experience, you always learn whatever challenges you get, you will find a solution.
Solution.
You know, so of course not if you just say, oh no, I can't earn any money, and you know, so and I've spoken to so many people and they got really orders on their silver tray and they said, oh no, I can't do that because I don't know how to solve it. As an entrepreneur, you say, I can do that, and I figure out ways how to solve that.
Yeah.
Which really gets to my two interesting questions per se. Since you've touched on industries and you've touched on how COVID have really forced you to sort of think of innovative ways to adapt to the current situation that we are having. So, do you work with specific industries or do you look only into specific industries that people apply funding for? And the other question would be, how do people, can get hold of you, communicate with you?
Okay, so we really work with all industries. There is nothing where I said, no, we don't do that. Some industries are a little bit more difficult to raise funding for. Okay, and that's also something what we communicate in the beginning. Sometimes people have already private investors and or some sort of verbal agreements, and they just say, hey, we need a proper business plan from you. And then we, of course, do that. Yes, you find me on fundingconnection.co.za, but I definitely will later on, I go into Facebook, I just write into the comments, and I will also give you the link. You just scroll down underneath, there is the link to sign up for our newsletter. And there is another website for all my courses on and coaching programs. That is all under Dagmar Breiling. .com on that page, but I will share that everything with you, and then you can contact us. If you are in Facebook, we also have a Facebook page, Funding Connection. Brent, one of my team members, is there and answers. Please, only during working hours. Don't try. You can send him now a message, but please let him sleep. But he will come back definitely tomorrow morning then, and then yes, I'm quite systematic. So we always pick you up where you are stuck and ask you the right question, and then everybody in my team will be able to say, okay, that's the next step for you, this is the next step for you. And like I said before, it doesn't mean your next step needs to be with us. Your next step can also be go there, try that. Yep.
Sense of direction to the entrepreneurs out there. That's quite fascinating.
Your sound is not on.
Yeah, I'm on now.
Yes, you're on now.
I actually don't have any more questions, and I don't see any questions from the viewers. There's this one saying, I'm kindly requesting Miss Dagmar's contacts. It's from Witepo Hopani, but you already did that, and then we spoke about you sharing the link there later on. So yeah, I think we have covered that one. So, but then I believe other people will actually inquire going forward, because some people watch this off air, so they will actually inquire. But because you said you will avail your contacts there, they can actually get you. That's it from me. I don't know, Lucky, do you have anything?
That's it from me as well, apart from maybe one question that I have in terms of when you do your analysis in only in this country, in South Africa, how many industries you find people looking for business in, given the fact that in our country we have things that we call spaza shops or tuck shops, which are predominantly what we would normally gravitate to. Is there any other industries or any other businesses that you find people coming to you looking for help?
Okay, so let me tell you, spaza shops are usually, the investment amount is usually under 300,000 rand. Okay. Yes, like I said, then we just recommend somebody else. We have lots of, funny enough, it always comes in waves. Okay, so out of a sudden, everybody wants to do a chicken farm. Then there's another wave of egg farms. Then there's another wave of brick making. But we have also lots of really innovative ideas. Proper, how do you say, manufacture? It's more manufacturing really of bread. Okay, it's not the small little bakery. It's really the big setup. There are a couple of big setups with abattoir, feedlot. It's really in every possible ways. Somebody wants to do conveyor belts. So and yes, that's also one of the things. What I know, what everybody of my team is really enjoying. We learn different industries, and I can tell you all about how to set up a strawberry farm. You know, and where's the best climate for it? All the things I never ever knew before. You know, so and because we do also other research, of course, we have access to paid research. We don't only use Google research just to make sure that we really add value to our clients and to the business plan, and that this business plan is really something where our clients can be proud of, feeling confident with, and can go out and either way, like I said, raise their funding on their own. If they say, Dagmar, I'm confident now, I know exactly how to do that. Or they say, filling out the forms is not for me. I definitely need some help with it. And then we do this part. Yeah. So it goes really through all different industries and lots of manufacturing, agro-processing. What did we else? We did macadamia. In between, everybody wanted to do what is this? Cannabis plant.
Yeah.
That's the next big thing.
Like I said, comes always in waves, and then our challenge is then always specifically for new industries. Is any of the government industry financiers open to take new industries on already or not? And if not, then we need to see, okay, can we find other ways via some commercial banks to help them to raise funding? Yeah.
Very interesting. That's all from me. I don't know if Vitumelo has anything.
Actually, Dagmar have been very lovely and very informative. I mean, she answered all the questions and beyond. I must say thank you for that. And yeah, it's just someone saying hi. I'm late for today. It's not a question per se, but we appreciate P. Mujela for joining us. So yeah, what advice do you have for any aspiring entrepreneur out there who wants to go into a new venture, or maybe one trying something new currently and then maybe they're about to give up?
Okay, business is all about earning money. Okay, so and that means the biggest challenge for everybody who starts is sales. So you need to learn to be good in sales. There's no way around it. And that means, of course, also listen to your customers or potential customers, ask them what they need, amend your product and services accordingly, position yourself cleverly. Because you can on one side, okay, I'm sharing here some internals. So I would be able to go outside and say, okay, I'm good with drafting business plans. Okay, and then I see already both of your face. What is she talking now? That's not exciting. Okay, offering business plans is not exciting. But if I help you to access funding, that is exciting.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see.
You see the small, you do the same thing at the end of the day. You do the same thing. You just know exactly. Most people need business plans because they want to access finance. So offer them and market yourself as helping to access finance, and then you can offer them, okay, for this you need professional business. And that's with most industries the same. Don't only sell bricks. You can sell, okay, you want a nice home? That's okay, we can do that. Here are the special bricks for it. You see a little bit of difference. That is how you need to position yourself. This is how to market yourself, and this is how your sales is so much easier. You don't feel like you are selling a refrigerator to an iceberg.
Makes
Yeah,
sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
You
don't
need to
give
have the
up.
right wording.
Yes, don't give up. Make sure your business idea needs to earn money. Okay, that is your priority. Do you need to love what you do? Yes. Do you need to add value to other people's lives? Yes, because otherwise you're ripping them off. But you need to sell. Yeah, and make sure that you position yourself. Yes.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Dagmar, for a lovely session. I thank you. I hope that one day maybe I will actually also call you again onto the show and then you'll be happy to share such information. So, from me, thank you so much. Until we meet again, Lucky.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thank you for the time that you've given us. And on behalf of our viewers, we really appreciate it. The information that you shared have shed some light to some entrepreneurs out there, and you'll be seeing a lot of applications coming your way, hopefully.
That's good.
But
Okay,
thanks a
great.
lot. Really
Okay.
appreciate it.
Thanks very much, Lucky. Thanks very much for Tomato. And yes, I will definitely post the link after the session so that you can everybody can contact me. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.